Welcome to AviatorDB News Briefing. Today is Wednesday, June 24th, 2026. Here are today's top stories. Vietnam Airlines Boeing 737 order backed by $2.9 billion in U.S. EXIM financing. FAA investigates Boston Logan near miss involving Delta American flights. JetBlue Flight 1569 returns to JFK after cabin panel strikes flight attendant. French OV-10B Bronco belly lands at Leszno Airshow Rehearsal. Now for the details. Vietnam Airlines has secured a financing commitment exceeding $2.9 billion from the U.S. Export-Import Bank, EXIM, to support the acquisition of 50 Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft, marking the first time the flag carrier will operate Boeing single-aisle jets in its fleet. The deal was finalized in early 2026, with deliveries scheduled between 2030 and 2032. The expansion is designed to modernize Vietnam Airlines' short-haul network and improve fuel efficiency across domestic and regional routes within ASEAN and Northeast Asia. The move represents a strategic pivot away from the carrier's previous exclusive reliance on Airbus narrowbodies, positioning it to compete more aggressively against regional low-cost carriers such as Vietjet, which is also integrating MAX aircraft into its operations. Industry analysts note the deal carries significant geopolitical weight. U.S. government-backed financing through EXIM underscores deepening economic ties between Washington and Hanoi. While Vietnam Airlines has faced financial headwinds in the wake of pandemic-era losses, the long-term delivery window and secured export credit are viewed by investors as risk-mitigating factors. For full technical specifications, see Boeing 737 MAX aircraft data. The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating a close call at Boston Logan International Airport that occurred Saturday, June 20th, 2026. A Delta Airlines aircraft performed a go-around after a conflict developed with an American Airlines departure that had been cleared for takeoff on an intersecting runway, according to reports from CNN and NBC. American Airlines Flight 3161 was the departing aircraft involved in the incident. Air traffic control audio reviewed by CBS and Boston 25 suggests the two aircraft came within approximately 300 feet of each other. The Delta flight, carrying between 129 and 135 passengers and crew, landed safely on its second attempt. No injuries were reported. The FAA is examining how the aircraft ended up on a potential collision course and whether air traffic controllers lost situational awareness of the American Airlines flight after its takeoff clearance was issued. The incident echoes a 2023 near miss at Logan involving a private Learjet and a JetBlue aircraft, and is expected to be referenced in upcoming congressional hearings on the rise of runway incursions at U.S. airports. A JetBlue Airways flight bound for Fort Lauderdale returned to New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport shortly after departure March 6th, following an interior cabin failure. JetBlue Flight 1569, operated by an Airbus A321, experienced a detachment of a ceiling panel in the aft galley area during climb, which struck a flight attendant. According to air traffic control communications reviewed by aviation commentator Captain Steve, the flight crew leveled off and elected to return to JFK as a precautionary measure. While initial ATC reports indicated no injuries, the crew subsequently updated controllers to confirm a flight attendant had been struck in the head by the panel, though the crew member was reported to be okay. The aircraft performed an overweight landing at JFK, a standard procedure in abnormal situations that typically requires a post-flight inspection. Captain Steve noted that the incident involved a cosmetic interior panel rather than any structural failure of the aircraft's fuselage or pressure vessel, and that such detachments do not compromise airworthiness. As of the latest available reports, JetBlue, the Federal Aviation Administration, and the National Transportation Safety Board had not issued formal public statements regarding the incident. A French museum-owned North American Rockwell OV-10B Bronco performed a gear-up belly landing during morning rehearsal operations at Leszno Airport, EPLS, in Poland, causing significant structural damage to the aircraft. The incident occurred in the run-up to the Antietam Airshow, one of Europe's prominent warbird and aerobatic events. The belly landing twisted the airframe and damaged a section of the airport's main runway, which was temporarily closed to all traffic while organizers assessed the damage and coordinated recovery efforts. The disruption forced immediate changes to the Airshow's scheduled flying program, according to reports from Europe Airshows and TVP World. Airshow organizers confirmed the pilot exited the aircraft safely and sustained no serious injuries. While initial reports point to a landing gear failure, no formal technical cause has yet been established. The Aviation Safety Network has logged the event as an accident involving a museum warbird during display operations. That's all we have for today. You can get the latest aviation news at aviatordb.com.